On YouTube at Sports Bonanza John, on Kick at Sports Kick John. Had to be about a 45-minute rain delay, but we are just about to get the final game of the opening round of the College World Series underway. Texas and Georgia. Texas, the number 6 national seed. Georgia, the number 3 national seed. And just the final game of the opening round of the College World Series. We will have our winners bracket and elimination bracket games finalized following this game here. This is a College World Series this year that of the 8 teams, 5 of them hail from the SEC. So SEC pretty much showing that they are indeed the conference in college baseball this year. But we are just about set to get this final game of the opening round of the College World Series underway between Texas and Georgia. Earlier today, Oklahoma shut out the number 7 national seed Alabama 9-0. So Oklahoma advanced to the winners bracket of the College World Series. That dropped Alabama to an elimination game. Oklahoma will take on the winner of this game on Monday. Alabama will take on the loser of this game in an elimination game Monday afternoon. Texas coming in here at 45-13 on the season. They pretty much cruised through the Austin Regional before knocking off Oregon in the Super Regionals last weekend. Meanwhile, Georgia coming in 51-12. Georgia getting through the Athens Regional on their way to this game here. Georgia knocking off Liberty in the regional final in Athens before last weekend in the Super Regionals, knocking off their SEC rivals from Mississippi State to make it to the College World Series. Let's go ahead and set tonight's batting order tonight for the visiting team on the scoreboard tonight, the Texas Longhorns, who have made the College World Series for a 39th time. They will line up this way. Hang on just a minute. I got to get the right screen up here. Somehow I lost my screen here. Hang on. Excuse me. Okay, now let's try this again. Here is the batting order for the Longhorns of Texas tonight. Leading it off for Texas will be the right fielder. I just lost it again. There we go. All right. Aiden Robbins leading it off for Texas and playing right field tonight. Batting second for the Longhorns and catching will be Carson Tinney. Batting third and playing left field, Anthony Pack Jr. In the cleanup spot tonight for Texas is second baseman Timo Becerra. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is Adrian Rodriguez. Hitting sixth and DHing tonight for the Longhorns is Ethan Mendoza. Batting seventh and playing first base, Ashton Larson. Batting eighth at third base is Casey Borba. And rounding out the Longhorns batting order tonight, hitting ninth and playing center field, Darianne Pendergrass. So again, the Longhorns lineup: Aiden Robbins, Carson Tinney, Anthony Pack Jr., 1, 2, 3. Middle third of the order, Timo Becerra, Adrian Rodriguez, Ethan Mendoza. Bottom third of the order, Ashton Larson, Casey Borba, and Darianne Pendergrass. Batting order tonight for the Texas Longhorns. And on the mound for Georgia, Joey Volchko getting the start tonight. for Georgia. Give you the numbers on Volsko on the season here. Volsko making his 18th start of the season, 10-2 record, 4.07 ERA, 45 walks, 104 strikeouts in 86 and a third innings this year. Looking for win number 11 and looking to send the Bulldogs to the winner's bracket of the College World Series. To run down the other games from Omaha so far, as I mentioned earlier, Oklahoma shut out the number 7 national seed Alabama earlier today. 9-0 was the final in that one. Yesterday in the College World Series, it was number 16 West Virginia beating Troy 7-5. And number 5 North Carolina picked up a 6-2 win over Ole Miss yesterday. We will get this one here tonight, and then we will have our first elimination game of the College World Series coming up tomorrow. It'll be at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Troy and Ole Miss in an elimination game. And that will be followed by the winner's bracket game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. West Virginia and North Carolina, yesterday's winners, square off in the winner's bracket game tomorrow. But we are set for Texas and Georgia. Had a rain shower come through between games, so that pushed our first pitch back 45 minutes in this one. Originally slated to start just after 7 o'clock Central, but it did get pushed back. These two teams, they did not meet in either the regular season or the SEC tournament, so this is the first time these two teams are seeing each other this year. Texas and Georgia. Of course, as the night goes on, we will keep you updated on that NBA Finals Game 5. We could have an NBA champion crowned tonight as the Knicks look to close out the Spurs and get their first NBA championship in over 50 years. So Robin's just about set to step up in the batter's box and get this one underway. Also keep you updated on the World Cup scoreboard tonight, as Joey Volsko completing his warm-up tosses. And a big crowd once again in Omaha on a Saturday night. So Aiden Robbins steps up to get this one underway. Robbins on the season, .342 hitter, 24 home runs, 64 runs batted in, team's leader in both home runs and RBIs. Volsko ready, Robbins ready in the batter's box. And the first pitch of this final opening round game is a strike. Jake Uhlenhop, the umpire behind the home plate, calling the balls and strikes. Mark Wagers over at first base. Brandon Cooper at second. Derek Malika, the umpire at third, as the 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike now the count on Robbins. One pitch. Outside and low. 2-1 now on Aiden Robbins. Leading off the game for Texas. Wolf goes 2-1 pitch. That's low. It's 3-1. Volsko in danger of walking the leadoff hitter in this game. It's the 3-1 pitch. That hits the inside corner. Robbins was getting ready to head down to first base. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's a full count. Three-two payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Robbins strikes out to begin the game. And the batter will be Carson Tinney. .333 hitter on the season. He's got 22 home runs and has driven in 58. Second on this Longhorns team in homers. Texas as a team has hit 103 home runs this year. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. That's a little low. They will check the appeal to first base. No swing. Says first base umpire Mark Wagers. One pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. Volsko ready and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Volsko to begin this game. 2 down here in the Texas first inning. And the batter will be Anthony Pack Jr. .359 hitter, 11 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Steps up with the bases empty and 2 outs for the Longhorns here in the first. Strike 1. Anthony Pack Jr., just a freshman in this Longhorns batting order. 0-1 pitch. That's on the inside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 on Anthony Pack. As the Georgia fans rise to their feet in Omaha. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Volsko strikes out the side in the first inning. Bulldogs will get their first at-bats in the bottom of the first. So a very good start for Volchko on the mound for Georgia, as they come up empty in the top of the first. Now here in the bottom of the first inning, we will see Georgia for the first time, and here's the lineup the Bulldogs will send out tonight. Leading it off and playing third base is Trey Phelps. Batting second and catching tonight for Georgia, Daniel Jackson. Batting third and playing center field, Rylan Luho. Hitting in the cleanup spot and DHing tonight, Mike O'Shaughnessy. Batting fifth and playing left field, Kenny Ishikawa. Hitting sixth and playing second base, Ryan Wynn. Batting seventh and playing first base, Brennan Hudson. At the shortstop and batting eighth, Colby Branch. And rounding out the Georgia batting order, batting ninth and playing right field, Ryan Black. So again, top three of the order, Trey Phelps, Daniel Jackson, Rylan Luho. Middle third of the order, Mike O'Shaughnessy, Kenny Ishikawa, Ryan Wynn. And the bottom third, Brennan Hudson, Colby Branch, and Ryan Black. And pitching tonight for the Longhorns will be Dylan Volantis. Making his 17th appearance of the season, 16th start, 10-1 record, 2.03 ERA, 27 walks, 126 strikeouts, 88 2/3 innings. And it'll be Trey Phelps to lead it off in the bottom of the first for the Bulldogs. Phelps on the season hitting .364, 19 home runs, 58 runs batted in. First pitch, bottom one, is foul, and it's 0-1. Strike one pitch on the way to Phelps. Outside, that'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One is outside. Two one. Outside, appeal to first base, no swing. And the count goes to 3-1. Three one, swing and a miss, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way is foul. They are underway in Game 5 of the NBA Finals in San Antonio. Again, we could have a champion crowned tonight in the NBA if the Knicks can close this out. 3-2 pitch is ball four, and that's going to be a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first. And it will bring up the big bat in this Georgia order, Daniel Jackson. .396 hitter, 31 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Just absolutely ridiculous offensive numbers for a Georgia team that has hit 174 home runs. Jackson went around. It's 0-1. Lead at first for Phelps, and the 0-1 misses. That'll leave in the count a ball and a strike. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That is in the air to right. And playable out there in right field. The catch is made for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning as Robbins makes the catch. Batter will be Rylan Luho. So anytime you can get Daniel Jackson out if you're an opposing pitcher, that's definitely considered a win. Rylan Luho, a .374 hitter, 13 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Steps up with a runner at first and 1 out here at the bottom of the first inning. Ball 1. One-0 pitch on the way. That is lined to left, hit pretty well. Is that off the fair pole or is that off the wall? This is going to score 1 for sure if it's not a home run. It is not a home run, but it is an RBI triple for Luho, and Georgia strikes first, 1-0. Boy, that was a rocket to left field. I wasn't sure if that hit the foul pole or if that hit the wall. Georgia's saying it's a home run. Everybody in that dugout's thinking it's a home run. Let's see here. They're showing the replay now. Well, I couldn't really tell. That looked, well, now the umpires are discussing things. On the replay, it was kind of hidden. The Georgia fans, the Georgia dugout is all signaling home run. It is called right now an RBI triple, and now Georgia is going to challenge. See if they can't get the extra 90 feet and a home run for Luho here. At the very least, at the very worst, it's an RBI triple. Let's see here. There's on the replay. That, again, where the camera is, it's kind of cut off on the left side of the screen. So, okay, here's another angle. Oh, that hit the foul pole. That should be a home run. They just showed a different angle. The one angle, it was cut off on the left side. You couldn't see. But from the angle that now they have overturned it and called it a home run. Yeah, on that second angle, it showed it clearly hit the pole. So it is a home run for Luho, and it's 2-0 Bulldogs here in the first inning. Luho goes deep for the 14th time this year. RBIs 46 and 47. 2-0 Bulldogs here in the first. And the batter is Michael O'Shaughnessy, and he starts with a strike. O'Shaughnessy hitting .294, 20 home runs, 55 runs batted in. Takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch. When O'Shaughnessy went around, but the catcher can't find the ball. Now finally does and makes a wild throw to first. And O'Shaughnessy's going to reach on a drop third strike and a throwing error to first base. Well, that throw was airmailed to first base. So O'Shaughnessy will reach first off a strikeout. Boy, the catch, I think, not Volantis, excuse me, Tinney, I think he kind of rushed that throw to first base a little bit quicker than he should have. He had a little bit more time to throw down there than I think he thought he did. And he airmailed the throw to first. So that's going to be an error on the catcher, Tinney. And it will bring up the number 5 hitter in the Georgia lineup, Kenny Ishikawa. 333 hitter, couple home runs. He's drove in 18. 0-1 pitch is foul, and now it's quickly 0-2 on Ishikawa. Oh, 2 is downstairs, 1-2 now. On Ishikawa. O'Shaughnessy at first. There via the drop third strike and the throwing error. 1-2 pitch. Inside to Ishikawa, now 2-2. Two ripped foul. Incoming there. Along the first base side. Here comes another 2-2 pitch on the way. Ishikawa fouls it off again, first base side. Sun-drenched Saturday evening in Omaha, Nebraska. Annual home of the College World Series. There's another 2-2. Ishikawa grounds it through the right side for a base hit. O'Shaughnessy holds at second. It's first and second with 1 out for Georgia. And the batter will be Ryan Wynn, number 6 hitter. Wynn hitting .342, 9 home runs, 37 runs batted in. So a good bottom of the first here for the Bulldogs. Pitch is outside for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0 now the count. Again, they appeal to first base on a check swing and no swing. Two-0 is a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. That is lifted into center field, and now coming on, and the catch made out there in center by Pender for the second out. Looked like he might have lost that for a moment there in either the sunset or something. Pender able to find it there for the second out. So with 2 down now, the batter will be Brennan Hudson. .296 hitter, 21 home runs, 50 runs batted in. First and second, 2 outs for the Bulldogs here in the first. Already 2 in. It's foul ball for strike 1. 2 in on the 2-run home run by Rylan Luho here in the bottom of the first. 45 minutes late getting this game started from the original start time. Had a shower come through in between games today. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 now. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Oh, it hits him. And that's going to load the bases. Hudson hit in the back with that pitch. And it will bring up Colby Branch, 8th batter of the inning for the Bulldogs. Branch, a .297 average, 19 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Again, a very powerful hitting Georgia Bulldog club. Strike one. 174 home runs hit on the year. And as a team, this Georgia team, a .326 team batting average. Strike one pitch is low. Counts even 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 2 in for Georgia already here in the first. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. 1-2 now the count. One, two, swing and a miss. That'll get by the catcher again. And the throw to first, another wild throw. This is going to score 2 runs. The second error of the inning on a drop third strike from the catcher, Tinney. It is 4-0 Bulldogs here in the first. Wow. Second time a Georgia player reaches on a drop third strike and another bad throw to first base. A dismal bottom of the first here for Texas, as Georgia's put 4 on the board. And it'll be the 9th batter of the inning as the Bulldogs have batted around here in the first as Ryan Black comes to the plate. .298 hitter, 9 home runs, 32 runs batted in. So Georgia has basically been given 5 outs here in the first inning. They have had 2 batters reach on drop third strikes. Second and third with 2 outs. Ball 1. Only 2 of these runs are earned. 1-0 pitch misses inside. It's 2-0. .2-0 pitch, that misses inside. Now 3-0, and now it looks like Volantis is a little nerve there on the pitching mound. This is about to be his 38th pitch thrown of the first inning. and it's a strike. Three one pitch. Strike two. So Volantis is going to have at least a 40-pitch inning. Payoff pitch. And another hit batter. So Black is hit by the pitch. The bases are loaded again. And for the second time this inning, Trey Phelps will come to the plate. It's about as disastrous of a first inning as you could have if you're Texas. Tenth batter of the inning. Phelps walked and scored earlier this inning, and Phelps sends this one high in the air on the infield, and the catch will be made to finally end the bottom of the first inning. But Georgia gets 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 throwing errors by the catcher Tinney. Bulldogs leave them loaded. After 1, 4-0 Georgia. So Texas already up against it here in a 4-run hole early. Update on that game 5 of the NBA Finals. They have reached the end of the first quarter in San Antonio. Knicks only 13 points in the first quarter. They trail the Spurs 23-13 after 1. Spurs trying to send that back to Madison Square Garden for a game 6. The Knicks looking to hoist the trophy tonight for the first time in over 50 years. But they were held to a 13-point first quarter and trailed by 10. But remember, they were down 29 in game 4 and came all the way back. Get you updated on the World Cup scoreboard. 2 games have gone final, and they both ended in draws. Qatar and Switzerland played to a 1-1 draw in Group B. Brazil and Morocco, that's a bit of a shocking score here. They played to a 1-1 draw in Group C. And they are underway in the 12th minute, also in Group C. Haiti and Scotland, no score. Coming up later on, Australia and Turkey to kick off their World Cup in Group D play. Of course, the United States winning their opener last night 4-1 over Paraguay. United States back in action on Friday afternoon against Australia. So we go to the second inning here. 4-0 Texas trails Georgia. And the first pitch, top of the second, is ball 1 to Timo Becerra, leading off the Longhorns second. 318 hitter. 6 home runs, 42 runs batted in. One 0 pitch. That hits the inside corner for strike 1. One pitch. That comes up and in. 2-1. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2 boy Robbins, Tinney, and one of the members of the coaching staff of Texas having a long discussion there in the dugout. Robbins, a long first inning on the mound for Texas. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 4 batters, 4 strikeouts for Joey Volchko. And the batter will be Adrian Rodriguez. 306 batter on the season, 4 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Strike 1. Oh, 1 misses high. That will even the count of ball and a strike. It's 1-1, a swing and a miss. 1-2. Volchko looking for his 5th strikeout in the first 5 batters. 1-2 misses outside. That'll even the count 2-2. Two-two pitch. That is lined into right. That's going to be a base hit, and Texas has their first base runner of the game. A 1-out single for Adrian Rodriguez. And the batter will be the number 6 hitter, Ethan Mendoza. 269 hitter, 10 home runs, 47 RBIs. Strike 1 right down the middle. Rodriguez at first base does have 13 stolen bases on the season, and there's a throw over. I think Volchko knows that. Ethan Mendoza, the Longhorn DH tonight, is down in the count 0-1. There goes Rodriguez, pitches a strike, no chance at second base. That was a heck of a jump, and there wasn't even a throw down to second base as Rodriguez steals his 14th of the year. And I think they just got a clock violation. And they just got a clock violation on Ethan Mendoza, so that's going to go as a strikeout. Oh, yeah, 10 seconds, and he wasn't in the box yet. Yep. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Yeah, when that pitch count clock gets down to 10 seconds, if you're the batter, you need to be in that batter's box and set. And Mendoza was not. Ashton Larson, the batter, he's behind in the count 0-1. Ball hit right back to the pitcher. And that's the first out that's going to be recorded on a non-strikeout, and it is the final out of the top of the second. Longhorns get a base runner, but strand him at first. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-0 Bulldogs. With those clock violations and errors like those are just errors you cannot make. So it'll be the big slugger, Daniel Jackson, leading it off in the bottom of the second for Georgia. She updated on the Major League Baseball scoreboard. Between innings here. Earlier today, the Cardinals up in the Twin Cities defeated the Twins 9-6. That's 7 of 9 now in the win column for St. Louis. Yankees beat the Blue Jays 3-1. Marlins' 6-game winning streak came to an end as the Pirates scored late to beat the Marlins 3-2. Padres win in Baltimore over the Orioles 9-3. Nationals 8, Mariners 3. Reds pick up a 2-1 win over the Diamondbacks today in Cincinnati. Braves win in Citi Field over the Mets 3-1. Cleveland over Detroit 3-1. Red Sox double up the Rangers 6-3. Dodgers 7-1 over the White Sox. Yamamoto had a perfect game into the 8th inning in that game. Lost the perfect game in the 8th and then lost the no-hitter in the 9th. Phillies lead in Milwaukee over the Brewers 8-3, and the Royals lead the Astros 7-5. The 2 games in progress. Here we go, bottom 2, as Jackson takes ball 1. Still to come tonight in Major League Baseball, Cubs and Giants, Rockies and A's. That game's going to be in Vegas, and Rays and the Angels. One-0 pitch to Jackson. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Counts even 1-1. One pitch to Daniel Jackson is on the ground to short. Nice pickup. Quick throw to first. In time. That's a great play at shortstop there by Rodriguez for Texas. Made the play to his left, made the defensive play, and then still was able to get the ball to first base in time to retire Jackson by a step. What a play. Yeah, he's out. That's a heck of a play. Here's O'Shaughnessy. He reached on a drop third strike and scored in that 4-run bottom of the first for Georgia, and O'Shaughnessy sends this one in the air to center. Calling for it is the center fielder Pender, and he's got it for out number 2. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. Excuse me, I was a batter ahead. That was Lujo that just flied out. He hit the home run. Now O'Shaughnessy is the batter. Sorry, I was a batter ahead there. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. That is on the ground to first, and a nice recovery inning by the pitcher for Texas. A 1-2-3 bottom of the second. Dylan Volantis, a nice bounce back inning there. We go the third in Omaha, 4-0 Bulldogs. For Texas, it will be Casey Borba leading it off in the third inning. Borba, a .269 hitter, 18 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Spurs lead the Knicks 31-18, nearing the 7-minute mark in the second quarter. Can the Spurs stay alive and send that thing back to the Garden for a Game 6? If there is a Game 6 in the NBA Finals, it would be back in New York, and it would be on Tuesday night. So we head to the third. Longhorns down 4-0. Eight, 9-1 for Texas due up. First pitch, top three, strike one. Strike one pitch. That's foul, and it's 0-2. That looked like that foul ball looked like it got a piece of the catcher, Jackson. Trying to walk that one off. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One, two, that's outside. 2-2. That is hit right back. Right back to the pitcher, Volchko, who gloves it for the first out. But that was a liner that ended up right in the glove of Volchko for the first out. Brings up the number 9 hitter for Texas. And it's strike one. Darian Pendergrass. Oh, 1 is low, 1-1. Pendergrass, a .222 hitter, 6 home runs, or 6 runs batted in, I should say. 1-1 pitch to Pendergrass. Swing and a miss. One, two, swing and a miss. Strike three. That is a half dozen now on the strikeout column for Joey Volchko. Base is empty, 2 outs for the top of the order, Aiden Robbins. Strikeout victim his first time up against Volchko. Volchko's pitch, right down the middle, strike one. There is something I want to point out, which I will do at the beginning of the next half inning. Strike one pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. That is lined into right center field, and it's going to be caught out there. And a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom three coming up in Omaha. 4-0 Bulldogs. Be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Georgia. Ishikawa, Wynn, and Hudson due up here in the bottom of the third. Again, 2 games tomorrow in the College World Series. First elimination game will kick it off. 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. Troy and Ole Miss. We will have our first team eliminated from this year's College World Series. Followed by, in primetime tomorrow night, winner's bracket game between West Virginia and North Carolina. I plan on being on the live stream for that one. Would like to do the Troy Ole Miss game, but with the game time, that's probably not going to happen. So probably just be with you on the live stream for the game tomorrow between West Virginia and North Carolina. The winner's bracket game. Here's Ishikawa to lead it off in the bottom of the third. Singled and scored in that 4-run first. There is something I was going to point out, which I will do here after this pitch. Sun starting to set behind the facade at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. It was only a 6-pitch second inning for Volantis after a 41-pitch first inning. 1-0 pitch to Ishikawa is hit foul. The one thing I wanted to point out, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you already know this, but I keep the little line score up on the screen. It's going to be a pitch ahead of where I am because of this YouTube TV delay, that built-in delay that YouTube TV has. So 1-1 pitch to Ishikawa is hit deep to right field, and at the warning track, the catch is made by Robbins for out number 1. Without saying, with this built-in delay that YouTube TV has, what's on the screen is going to be about a pitch ahead of where I am. So I may say something if you're following along with that. The count I say may not be the count that's showing on the screen. That's why I always like to try to point that out. Here's Wynn with the bases empty and 1 out, taking a strike. Wynn flew out to center his first time up. Back in the first inning, the inning in which Georgia sent 10 men to the plate. As Wynn fouls it away, it's quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. It hits Wynn. Wynn is hit with an 0-2 pitch. So he's aboard. With 1 out, and Brennan Hudson will be the batter. Hudson was hit by a pitch back in the first. Hudson hits it foul, first base side, strike 1. Well, that ball boy's had a little bit of a workout there down the right field line so far tonight. Strike 1 pitch is a strike. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch, that's a little low. Counts now 1-2. One, two, we'll get a throw over to first. Comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hudson goes down on strikes. And Colby Branch will step up now with 2 outs. And a runner at first. Runner at first, 2 outs here for Georgia, and the pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. Branch struck out, but reached on that drop third strike on the throwing error to first base. Back in the first inning, and this is another throw over to first. Ryan Wynn over at first base. He only has 3 stolen bases this year, and he's only attempted 4. 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. One outside, 2-1. Two one pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll do it for the Bulldogs in the third. They strand a runner at first. We head to the fourth. Longhorns have some work to do. They trail 4-0. Two, 3, and 4 hitters for Texas. Carson Tinney will lead off. Struck out his first time up. He's one of 6 strikeout victims in this game from Joey Volchko. So it will be Tinney to lead off the fourth. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. As Sunset has hit Omaha, Nebraska. First pitch, top 4, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch misses 1-1. One pitch is hit foul, 1-2. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Two. Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 7 for Volchko. Here's Pack. He's also a strikeout victim his first time up. Strike 1. Oh, 1 is a strike. 0-2 on Pack. Oh, 2 pitch is a strikeout. That's number 8 for Volchko. Boy, he is bringing some heat tonight. Becerra, the batter, he was also a strikeout victim his first time. Strike one. Oh, 1 is bounced foul, and now Becerra's in an 0-2 hole. Georgia fans rise to their feet once again. And here's the 0-2. Upstairs, 1 and 2. Tried to get Becerra to chase after one. One-two pitch on the way. Here it is. Called strike 3. 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th in Omaha. 4-0 Bulldogs. So Volska with 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. Be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for Georgia: Black, Phelps, and Jackson. Ryan Black will lead it off. He's hit by a pitch his first time up back in the 1st. First pitch, that's another hit batter. That is the 3rd hit batter tonight from Dylan Volantis. And we're back to the top of the order for Georgia in Trey Phelps. Phelps has walked and popped out tonight. Strike 1. I beg your pardon. That's the 4th hit batter. It was 3 before, and now this last one made 4. That's a chopper back to the pitcher. Volantis has 1 play over at first base, and he makes that one for the first out. Advancing Black to second. And here comes Daniel Jackson. Big slugger for this Georgia Bulldogs team. 0 for 2 tonight so far. A fly out to right and a ground out to short. Pitch inside, ball 1. One 0 pitch. And that one will be called a strike. 1-1. A swing and a miss. The big offensive bat, Jackson, as he fouls this away, ironically, is the only Georgia player that hasn't reached base so far in this game. One, 2 is outside. Counts even 2-2. Volantis now at the 70 pitch mark, but 40 of those came in the first inning. Inning where Texas gave up all 4 of Georgia's runs. Jackson lines it to short, and it's caught. Rodriguez with the catch at short for out number 2. And here's Rylan Lujo, who hit the home run back in the first inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 1. Popped up. Foul territory. That will not be played. It stayed in play, but the first baseman Larson slipped as he was going to make the catch and couldn't quite come up with it. Oh, 2 the count. Outside on the 0-2, it's now 1-2. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and they will have to throw to first to complete the putout. They do, and that will do it. And that throw that time for Tinney was right on target to first base. 4 in the books in Omaha in this opening round game, the College World Series. 4-0 Georgia. For Texas in the 5th, it'll be Rodriguez, Mendoza, and Larson, 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. 4 runs, 2 hits for the Bulldogs. No errors. They have left 5 runners on base. No runs, just 1 hit. 2 errors for the Longhorns. They've only left 1 runner on. They are just about to come out of the halftime break in NBA Finals Game 5. Spurs leading at the half over the Knicks, 42-37. Low-scoring game in this 5th game of the NBA Finals. The Knicks will be going back to New York following this game. The question with that is, will the Spurs be joining them over there for a Game 6? Or will the Knicks' next trip back to New York be for the parade celebration? Texas, Georgia is probably the most anticipated of the opening round matchups. But that 4-run first inning for Georgia, the difference so far. First pitch, top 5, downstairs, no swing. They wanted to check and appeal. Ball 1. Mendoza struck out his first time up. 9 Ks through 4 innings for Joey Volchko. That ties a career high with his 9 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch is lined into center, and that's just going to be the second base hit for Texas. It's a leadoff single here in the 5th. So Rodriguez with a leadoff single, and it will bring up Mendoza. Ethan Mendoza struck out his first time up back in the 2nd. Rodriguez the lead at first base. Strike 1. And Rodriguez, I said that Texas has just 2 hits tonight. Rodriguez has both of them. Throw over to first base, and diving back in is Rodriguez. Rodriguez does have a stolen base in this game tonight. Another throw over to first. You know Volchko knows that stolen base potential there at first base. Rodriguez got one on him earlier in the game. Oh, 1 is foul, and the count goes to 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch from Volchko. Another throw to first, and the throw to first goes by the first baseman, and Rodriguez will head to second. And he's not stopping. He makes the turn around and heads all the way to third base. So maybe that's the little bit of a spark that Texas needs. Pitch from Volsko, line into right for a base hit, and Texas is on the board. RBI single for Mendoza, and it's 4-1. So it took until the 5th inning in this one, but the Longhorns do get on the board. Now just 3 runs down. And that's going to warrant a visit to the mound here. Wes Johnson heading to the mound to have a word with his pitcher. So here's Ashton Larson. Ball 1, nice stop back there by the catcher. Mendoza standing at first base. He's got 11 steals on the season. Here's the 1-0. That is hit to short. That's going to be a tailor-made double play. Steps on second, 1, and throws to first to complete it. 6-3 double play, and just like that, there are now 2 outs. And strike 1 here to Casey Borba. Borba lined out to first his first time up. 0-1 is a strike. It's 0-2. Comes the 0-2. Bounce foul, third base side. Count stays 0-2. Oh, 2, 1-2 as that pitch misses outside. One, 2 is a swing and a miss. And that is now a new career high. 10 strikeouts. For Volsko. Texas gets 1 to get on the board, but they still trail this game 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Middle third of the Georgia order here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Texas has actually now out-hit Georgia 3-2. But they trail 4-1. Again, I'll be back on the live stream tomorrow night for that game between West Virginia and North Carolina. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central tomorrow. Want to do the Troy-Ole Miss elimination game, but that's probably not going to happen. So just plan on being back with you tomorrow night for West Virginia and North Carolina. That's a winner's bracket game in the College World Series, as both those teams were victorious in their openers yesterday. Winner of this game will advance to play Oklahoma on Monday. In a winner's bracket game, Oklahoma shut out Alabama 9-0. First game of the day. Loser of this game will face Alabama in an elimination game Monday afternoon. Here's O'Shaughnessy to lead it off. Struck out and grounded out tonight, 0 for 2. Strike one. O'Shaughnessy did reach on an error and score in that 4-run first inning. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 on O'Shaughnessy. Comes the 0-2. Ball one. One, two, bounce foul. Count will stay 1-2. One, two. Called strike three on the outside corner. O'Shaughnessy caught looking. That's strikeout number 6 for Dylan Volantis. And it brings up Ishikawa. Singled and scored in the first. Hit out to right field his last time. Dylan Volantis had 41 pitches in that first inning. In the next 3 1/3 innings combined, he's thrown 39. Now 40. Ball one. To Ishikawa. One zero, a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. One is in the air, traveling into foul territory. The catch made over there for the second out. So Ishikawa fouls out. So now the base is empty and 2 outs. Batter is Ryan Wynn. Flew out to center field and was hit by a pitch. Strike one here to win. One is outside. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One is in the air, center field. And Pendergrass is there for the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes Georgia in the fifth. On we go, the sixth in Omaha. That 4-run first inning holding up so far for Georgia as they lead at 4-1. Here in the Texas sixth, it will be Pendergrass and then the top of the order, Robbins and Tinney. As we head to inning number 6 with Georgia leading 4-1. So Pendergrass leading it off here in the Texas sixth. He struck out his first time up.
Excuse me.
So Texas got a run in the fifth, but they're going to need some more offense here as they're down still by 3, and they have 12 outs left to do it. First pitch, top 6, strike 1. Pendergrass was the strikeout victim his first time up. As a beach ball gets loose on the field. One is hit foul, third base side, and now it's 0-2. Two-strike pitch on the way. And the beach ball gets loose again. Now we're back ready to go. Another 0-2 pitch. That is a chopper to first, and making the play himself there at first base is Hudson for the first out here in the top of the 6th inning as now the lineup resets to the top. Aiden Robbins struck out and hit out to right field tonight in his prior 2 plate appearances. That's a high chopper to short on one hop. Throw made to first in time, and that is out number 2. Bases empty, 2 outs. Foltco at 67 pitches. 68th pitch is a strike at the knees. Carson Tinney has struck out both of his prior at-bats. 0-1 is on the inside corner. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 is a chopper over the pitcher, fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first, and that will finish off a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. Still 4-1 Georgia as the Bulldogs come to bat here, bottom of the 6th inning. 4 runs on just 2 hits for the Bulldogs. 1 error. Texas with a run on 3 hits and 2 errors. Georgia's left 5 runners on base. Texas has left 1. It's going to be the bottom third of the Georgia order. Hudson, Branch, and Black here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Update on that Game 5 NBA Finals between the Knicks and Spurs. Spurs lead the Knicks 55-50 about midway through the 3rd quarter. Brennan Hudson will be the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out in this one. 0 for 1 officially. Five teams from the SEC amongst the 8 in the College World Series. First pitch, bottom 6, is a foul for strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. One pitch on the way. That will get away. 2-1. 2-1 pitch. That misses high. It's now 3-1. Three and one the count. And here's the pitch. Strike two. That'll fill the count. Dylan Volantis now at 91 pitches for Texas. 3-2, a swing and a miss. Strike three. That is strikeout number 7. Colby Branch will step up. Branch is 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. That pitch hit back to Volantis, and the throw to first in time to retire Branch by a step. And it will bring up Black, who has been hit by a pitch twice in this game. And the pitch is a strike, 0-1. Oh, and 2 now. 0-2 downstairs, 1-2. Volantis trying to get out of this and go 6 innings. One-two pitch, a swing and a miss. That is 8 strikeouts for Volantis, and he's a little fired up as he exits the mound. Georgia done in the 6th. We head to the 7th. 4-1 lead for the Bulldogs. The 4-run top of the first, or 4-run bottom of the first, rather, for Georgia has held up to this point. Three, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Pack, Becerra, and Rodriguez. Spurs have extended the lead to 12 now on the Knicks, 65-53. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Spurs trying to send this NBA Finals back to Madison Square Garden for a Game 6. That would be on Tuesday. So Anthony Pack Jr. leads off the Longhorns 7th. He has struck out both his prior plate appearances. as nighttime has now fully settled over Omaha, Nebraska. Downtown Omaha, Charles Schwab Field. First pitch, top 7, right back to the pitcher. Volchko underhand throw, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the Texas 7th inning. Bring up Becerra. So Pack was going up there hacking. Strike 1 at the knees. That's at the knees on the 0-1 pitch. It's 0-2. Volchko trying to make it through 7 innings. Oh, 2 pitch misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Becerra struck out both his prior plate appearances and looks at strike 3 here. That's a hat trick. As Becerra strikes out for the 3rd time, strikeout number 11 for Volchko. And with the bases empty and 2 outs, it'll bring up Adrian Rodriguez, who's got 2 of the 3 Texas hits tonight. Rodriguez takes ball 1. The 11 strikeouts for Joey Volchko tonight is a new record for a Georgia pitcher, strikeouts in a game in College World Series history. So Volchko gets that honor here as there's a strike. 1-1. Pitch. Bouncer to short. And the throw is high, but fielded, and keeping his foot on the bag there was the first baseman. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Longhorns. We are at the stretch in Omaha. Georgia leading this game 4-1. Be the top of the order. Phelps, Jackson, and Lujo here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Georgia is just 6 defensive outs away from moving on to the winner's bracket against Oklahoma. Again, Oklahoma winning 9-0 earlier today over Alabama. Yesterday's opening round games, West Virginia 7-5 over Troy. And North Carolina 6-2 win over Ole Miss. Well, it's been a pretty good last 2.5 months for West Virginia. Their baseball team is here trying to win a College World Series championship. A little over 2 months ago, West Virginia's basketball team played in and won the college basketball crown. So it's been a pretty good last 2.5 months for West Virginia. Trey Phelps to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th for the Bulldogs. All 4 of their runs came in the first inning, and Georgia has also not had a hit since the first inning. So Dylan Volantis has really settled in, except he trails here by 3 as there's a strike to start off Phelps here in the bottom of the 7th. Phelps has walked tonight, and he did score in that 4-run first. Grounds this one to third on one hop. That's off the glove, and the throw is not going to get Phelps. If that's going to be an error, which it is, it'll be an E5. That is the 3rd error of the night for Texas. Borba will have that error. And the batter is Jackson. Oh for 3 in this game. Ball 1. Jackson, the Bulldogs' big power hitter, but ironically, he's the only one in the starting batting order that has not reached base. 0-1, that'll get away from the catcher, and up to second base will go Phelps. That'll be a wild pitch. So Georgia looking for some insurance here. Pitch. Bounce to short. They will go to third and safe. They tried to get the lead runner, Phelps, but that's not a force play there, so a tag had to be applied, and it was, but late. And Georgia with an ample scoring chance here with runners at the corners and nobody out. Reviewing the play here at third, it looks like he's definitely safe there. Oh, did his left leg come off the bag? I think that's the... Phelps was definitely beat the throw. The question is, when Phelps was sliding through and the tag was being applied, did Phelps's left leg come up off the base? So he's definitely safe right here. Does the left leg come off the ground while the tag is being applied? Boy, it sure looks like it. Think this one has a very good chance of being overturned. It sure appeared that while the tag was being made, that Phelps's left leg came up off the base. When he was sliding in there at third. They're still looking at this. It sure looked like to me, as that tag was being applied, Phelps's leg came up off the bag. They're showing two different angles here now. There he's safe. Clearly safe. But here's the question. Does Phelps's left leg come up off the bag still as the tag is being applied? Because if it did, the tag is still on. And now we're going to get the call. It stands. I'm surprised. I thought there might have been an overturn there because it looked like the leg came up off the bag, but they stick with the call on the field. So it is runners at the corners with nobody out for Georgia here in the bottom of the 7th. Brett Crosland starting to loosen in the Longhorn bullpen. Georgia, a chance to really bust this game open. So here we go. Here's Lujo, who hit the 2-run home run off the foul pole back in the first. Takes ball 1. That home run was originally ruled an RBI triple. But after a Georgia challenge and a review, it was determined that it was indeed a home run off the foul pole. 1-0. That's hit foul. Counts now 1-1. Lujo's also flown out to right and struck out. 1-1 pitch way outside. That was a heck of a play over there by Tinney, or else that definitely gets by and a run scores. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for Georgia. Here's the 2-1 that is lined to left, and Lujo sends it off the top of the fence. This will score 1. And Lujo with an RBI double. And the lead back to 4 again. It's 5-1. Lujo just missed his second home run on that one. Phelps scores on the play. So the Bulldogs lead back to 4 again, and runners are at second and third. Still nobody out. And O'Shaughnessy will be the batter. Struck out twice and grounded out to first. That's Georgia's first hit since the first inning when the Bulldogs scored 4 of the runs. Strike 1. Head football coach of Georgia, Kirby Smart, in attendance in Omaha. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss or a foul. Moves the count to 0-2. Ishikawa in the on-deck circle for Georgia. Oh, 2 pitch, and that will be a swing and a miss. It'll get away, and the throw to first to complete the putout. That's a big first out on Volantis' 9th strikeout of the night. Runners have to hold at second and third. And it will bring up Ishikawa. Ishikawa's 1 for 3 on the night. He has singled and scored, I should say. Strike 1 here on Ishikawa. One for 3 on the night with a single back in the first, and he's also hit out to right. Ishikawa in on the right field line and fair. This is going to score 2 more. 2-run double for Ishikawa, and Georgia's broke this open. It's 7-1 in the 7th. And that may be the end of the night for Volantis, and it is. So Dylan Volantis' night on the mound is over. After 111 pitches. 6 1/3 innings. Gave up 7 runs, but just 2 of those were earned. 4 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. 111 pitches on the night. Volantis is responsible for the runner at first. Ryan Wynn will be the batter here for Georgia. Brett Crosland into the game for Texas on the mound. Crosland 1-2 record, 3.57 ERA. Twelve walks, 32 strikeouts in 22 2/3 innings. Four in the first and now 3 in the 7th for Georgia. Have broke this game open 7-1. Winner to get Oklahoma on Monday evening. Loser of this game will have to play Monday afternoon against Alabama. So Brett Crosland coming into the game. He's just a freshman for this Texas team. First pitch to win. Fouled away. Strike one. Win is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center twice, and he has been hit by a pitch. Here's the 0-1. Ball one. 1-1. That ball is a little flare into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Rounding second and heading to third. Is Ishikawa, and the Bulldogs have runners at the corners with one out for Brennan Hudson. Hudson's been hit by a pitch and struck out twice. Pickoff throw back to a stolen base attempt, rather, at second base, and safe. Well, when you've got a 7-1 lead in the seventh inning, you can afford to take those chances. Boy, Crosland wasn't even paying a bit of attention. And Wynn noticed that. So now 2 in scoring position for Georgia. That's a foul ball for strike one. Strike one pitch. Ooh, I think he went around. Yes, he did. Hudson tried to check up, but went too far around. It's 0-2. Oh, 2. Up high. Another check swing. This time, the third base umpire says no. 1-2. Crosland looks in and delivers the 1-2. Oh, went around that time. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's the second out. We'll bring up Colby Branch now with 2 on and 2 out. Branch has struck out twice and grounded back to the pitcher. That will get away from the catcher, but not far enough to advance the runner 1-0. That was a good stop back there by Tinney. It saved a run. It's the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. A walk here would not be horrible because then you would set up the force play. Two-0 on the way. There's a strike. 2-1. Bulldog fans enjoying themselves in this one tonight. 2-1 on the way. That's low. 3-1. Three-one pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will fill the count. 3-2. With 2 outs. Payoff pitch is foul. Another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Crosland with the strikeout. Georgia done in the 7th. But they add 3 more. We head to the 8th in Omaha. Bulldogs lead the Longhorns 7-1. Mendoza, Larson, and Borba, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Texas, due up here in the 8th. They need quite the rally here, down by 6. Update on that game 5. Spurs 83, Knicks 73, 7.5 left. Update on that World Cup soccer match in action. Scotland leading Haiti 1-0. That game is in stoppage time now. We had 2 games that ended in 1-1 draws earlier today. In Group B, Qatar and Switzerland. And in Group C, Brazil and Morocco. Still to come. Midnight Eastern. Group D opening game for Australia and Turkey. Opening match. So here we go to the 8th. Mendoza will lead it off. RBI single for the lone Texas run in the 5th. Mendoza also struck out in this game. Joey Volchko back out. He's only at 79 pitches. See if they give him the opportunity to try and get a complete game here. 78 pitches, excuse me. Now 79 pitches, and it's low for a ball. Strike. Counts now 1-1. One is a bouncer up the middle and through for a base hit. So there's a leadoff single for Mendoza. It's his second hit tonight, fourth for the Longhorns. Boy, they're over there looking at Mendoza. Look at his right hand or right wrist or something might be injured. Mendoza may have to come out of this game. Yeah, he's headed to the dugout. Didn't see exactly what happened there. But Mendoza's coming out of this game. Oh, it was on the swing on that last hit. So unfortunate here for Mendoza as he's got to leave this ball game. The right hand injury of some kind. Strike one. Running for Mendoza at first and going to take over for him. Callum Early. Going to take over defensively for him in the bottom of the eighth. Jonesy, why does no one talk in that? That's a very good question. I like when you guys get involved in the live chat. Yeah, that's what I wish. I wish there would be a little bit more action in the live chat. I don't have a real big viewership tonight, so that's probably part of it right there. But I do, Jonesy, I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, it's a good one for the Dogs tonight. Done all the damage in 2 innings. 0-2 pitches on the ground to short. There's a little bobble, but still recovers in plenty of time to throw to first for the out. Runner does advance to second, but Georgia will gladly take that trade-off. Batter will be Borba. Borba's hit out to first and struck out. Runner at second, 1 out. Bulldogs just 5 outs away from moving on to the winner's bracket. Ball one. One 0 pitch hit foul, third base side, counts even 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. It's getting mighty interesting in Game 5 of the finals. The Knicks have pulled within 4 with just under 6 minutes to go. So are the Knicks going to have yet another comeback? Wouldn't be nearly as dramatic as the one the other night where they came from 29 down. Here's the 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 12 for Volchko. 2 down in the Texas 8th. And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Going to be Josh Livingston coming in to hit. Livingston hitting .231. 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Ball 1. One 0 pitch. That hits the corner for strike 1. 1-1. One hit foul. Counts now 1-2. Volchko looking for strikeout number 13. Not on that pitch. 2-2. Josh Livingston here, pinch hitting for Pendergrass. Two. Outside, full count. Early, the runner at second. Payoff pitch on the way. Hit to first. And playing it himself to the bag to end the inning. 1 left on for Texas. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Bulldogs 3 outs away from an opening game win. It's 7-1 Georgia. Be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. For the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 8th. Seven runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Georgia. They've stranded 7 on base. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors tonight for Texas. They've stranded 2. Will we see Volchko go back out for the 9th and get a chance for a complete game here? We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Georgia to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be Scott Newman coming on to pinch hit. Newman hitting .133 on the year with a couple RBIs. As nighttime has fallen over Omaha, Nebraska. They do a phenomenal job every single year of hosting this event. Third pitcher of the night for Texas, Michael Winter into the game. Winter on for the 12th time this year, 1-0 record. A little bit of a high ERA, 6.39. Seven walks, 12 strikeouts, 12 and 2/3 innings. His first pitch is foul, strike one. To the pinch hitter, Newman. Oh, 1. Downstairs, 1-1. A swing and a miss. Defensive change for Texas. As the 1-2 pitch is low. Maddox Mansour comes on to play center field. That's a little dribbler to first, and it stays fair, and it's picked up and the tag applied for the first out. And now the umpires are getting together. The first base umpire was adamant on his fair ball call. We'll see what they end up deciding here. Oh, no, that's foul ball. That should be overturned to a foul ball. Showing the view from behind first base now, and well, you can't really tell, but on the other angle, you could tell the ball did completely go into foul territory, and now they have called it a foul ball. So here's the 2-2. That's downstairs, full count. It's tough to tell in real time there, but when they showed the replay, you could clearly see that the whole ball did cross into foul territory. 3-2 pitches, ball 4. That'll be a leadoff walk. So Newman, the pinch hitter, draws a walk. And we're back to the top of the order, Trey Phelps. Phelps has walked, reached on an error, popped out, and grounded out. Ball 1. One-0 is foul. 1-1. 3:15 to go in the fourth quarter in the NBA Finals. The Knicks have rallied again. They have taken the lead, 86-85 over the Spurs. Knicks can hoist the championship trophy tonight, and they are 3:15 away from doing so. 1-1 pitch, that's almost a hit batter, which Texas pitching has done 4 times tonight. 2-1 pitch. That is lifted high in the air to right. Just off the outfield, just onto the outfield grass. The catch is made for the first out. One down here in the 8th, and it will bring up Daniel Jackson. 0 for 4 tonight. Texas has shut him down tonight. Strike 1 to Jackson. 0-1, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch, just getting a piece of that was Jackson to foul it off. Comes the 0-2. 1-2. Runner at first, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. There's the first out, or second out rather, here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And here's Lujo. Homered back in the first in that 4-run bottom of the first for Georgia, and they've never looked back since then. RBI double his last time up in the 7th. Jammed him. Hits it into right. And the catch made, and that'll do it for the Bulldogs in the 8th. Last chance for the Longhorns. They got the top of the order coming up, but they're in a 6-run hole. 7-1 Georgia. .106 left, 4th quarter. Knicks 88, Spurs 88. So that game 5 is going down to the wire down in Texas. Keeping an eye on this Knicks Spurs finish. Knicks have just taken the lead. The Spurs just miss a shot, and the Knicks get the rebound and are fouled. So the Knicks, very well here in 26 seconds, may be hoisting a trophy down in San Antonio. Here are 3 outs left in this one. 7-1 Georgia. Aiden Robbins will lead it off here in the 9th for Texas. And Joey Volchko is coming back out to try to get this complete game win. Here's Robbins. Struck out, lined out, and grounded out tonight. 0 for 3. Strike one. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. It's 0 2. Volchko with 12 strikeouts tonight. 0-2 is hit foul. Count remains 0-2. Does Texas have a rally in them? It'll have to be a big one with 3 outs left. 0-2 is fouled off. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 13 for Joey Volchko tonight. 1 down in the 9th. And here's Tinney. Struck out twice and grounded out. 0 for 3. Ball 1 to Tinney. 1-0 pitch misses. It's 2-0. Volchko at 102 pitches. Two 0 outside. 3-0. Take it all the way, and it's a strike. 3-1. Three one is ball 4. There's a 1-out walk here in the 9th. Brings up Pack. Anthony Pack is 0 for 3 tonight. Couple strikeouts and a ground out to the pitcher. Here's a pitch to Pack. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Strike 2. Joey's mom, Sandy, in the stands liking every minute of what she's seeing tonight. 0-2 just missed. I think Georgia thought they had strike 3. I know the catcher Jackson thought it was. Well, that was a little outside, but I don't know how in the world Pack held up. 1-2 on the way. Hit foul. Count stays 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That is number 14 on strikeouts for Volchko, and he is 1 out away from a complete game win. And it's up to Becerra to keep it alive. He has 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Last hope tonight for Texas. Folks, this is going to be a quick out tonight. After the final out is recorded, going to do a quick recap and probably sign off for the night pretty quick here. Strike one. And be back with you tomorrow for that winner's bracket game between West Virginia and North Carolina. Oh, 1 now 0-2, and now Texas is down to their final strike. All the Georgia fans on their feet. 0-2 from Volchko. Called strike 3. The 15th strikeout of the night finishes a complete game for Joey Volchko and a 7-1 Georgia win in their opener in the College World Series. That is the first career complete game for Joey Volchko, and what a time to get it. 15 strikeouts. And the Bulldogs win it 7-1. 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Georgia. They left 8 on base. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for Texas. They left 3 on. Georgia's 52nd win of the season ties a program record. They won 52 36 years ago, back in 1990, on their way to the College World Series championship. Maybe that's an omen for Georgia. So with this 7-1 win, the Bulldogs advance to the winner's bracket to take on the Oklahoma Sooners. That will be Monday night. Texas falls to the elimination round against Alabama. That will be Monday afternoon in Omaha. Georgia wins it 7-1. Going to quickly go over here to the end of this Knicks-Spurs game to see if the Knicks can close this out. They're up 3 with 9 seconds left. Spurs have the ball, it looks like. But quickly, before I sign off, let's do the final 9 seconds of this Knicks-Spurs finish here. See if the Knicks have a championship or if the Spurs have a shot to send this to overtime. Spurs are actually at the free throw line here. No good on the first. 2 misses at the line for San Antonio. Boy, all of a sudden, right where I'm at, it is just absolutely monsooning outside all of a sudden. .7 seconds left. OG Anunoby at the line. Spurs are out of timeouts. Hits the second. 94-90. Spurs bring it up the court. Launching a 3. No good. And the New York Knicks have just won the championship. 94-90. The Knicks are NBA champions, and these Knicks fans have absolutely lost their minds. So the New York Knicks have just won the title in the NBA. In 5, they close out the Spurs. Spurs are gonna be bad. They were just a little bit overmatched in this series. They were a little bit too young, and been over 50 years since the Knicks won a championship, but that drought has just ended as they win at 94-90. And this game I just did, 7-1, Georgia defeats Texas. Georgia now into the winner's bracket of the College World Series. They will play Oklahoma on Monday night. Texas falls to an elimination game against Alabama Monday afternoon. Joey Volchko, the complete game win. He goes to 11-2 on the season. Dylan Volantis suffers the loss. He is now 10-2 on the season. That's going to wrap it up here tonight. Again, appreciate you all joining me here. Again, my name is John, Sportsmananza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe from you. Also on Kick, Sports Kick John, you can follow me there. I'll be back with you tomorrow night, West Virginia and North Carolina winner's bracket game in the College World Series. That's 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central. Be back with you for that one. 7-1, Georgia wins it over Texas. Appreciate you all joining me, and I will talk to you again tomorrow night for more action in the College World Series, West Virginia and North Carolina. Appreciate you all joining me. Have a great rest of your evening.